Okay, guys. So what is the basic assumption underlying the accelerator theory? It is C, because we said this, that change in Y will lead to change in I. Remember? So income basically means consumer demand, right? Business confidence and savings and all that, but this is like income. More demand, more income, more investment. In other words, income investment is induced rather than autonomous, right? So that's why more demand will make firms invest more. Isn't that true? Didn't anybody discuss that? So see, yes, consumer demand goes up, investment goes up. That's the underlying thought, right? Isn't that true? Okay. So let's look at this one. I'm only looking at two sector questions, okay? So that's why I'm skipping some. Uh, in a closed economy with no government, C is 40 plus 0.7y, I is 50. What is the equilibrium level of income? Remember, y equals to AE is the equilibrium. And right now, AE is equal to C plus I, right? And AE, therefore, is equal to 40 plus 0.7y plus I, which is equal to what? Sorry, what's plus 50, right? So AE is equal to 90 plus 0.7y. Now I'm going to put this in that equation. I'm going to say y is equal to 90 plus 0.7y, or this goes here, y minus 0.7y is equal to 0.3y is equal to 90, or y is equal to 90 over 0.3, or 900 over 3, which is equal to 300. Y1, yeah, y minus 0.7, so 1 minus 0.7, right? So this is going to be 300. This is a typical question which is asking us for equilibrium. Do you guys get that? Does that make sense? So this is how we solve this. Yes? Okay, let's look at this one. In a two-sector economy, autonomous consumption increases by 100. So change in C is 100, which means change in AE is 100, right? Autonomous expenditure by 200. So another 200 is because of investment. Okay, so this means change in AE is 300, and the marginal propensity to consume is 0.5. If MPC is 0.5, what's my multiplier? Guys, what's my multiplier? 1 over 1 minus MPC, which is equal to 1 over MPS, which is equal to, what's the value of multiplier right now? 1 over 0.5 is how much? 1 over 0.5 is 2, right? So if change in AE is 300, change in Y will be equal to, change in Y will be equal to change in AE times multiplier, right? So 2 times 300, the answer will be 600. Did you guys get that? Does that make sense? So this is kind of like both the things that we just did. I mean, are something which we've seen this happening, that, you know, like if you first find change in AE and then multiply with the multiplier, they've given you MPC and they ask you to find multiplier, and that's how you go find your change in Y. Okay, these are two kind of typical questions that come. One is of equilibrium, another one is of finding change through the multiplier process. Yeah. Yes. Why? Because change in A is basically happening because of change in C and change in I. Yeah. Change in A. Remember the diagram wise, guys. This is how it looks like. Remember, AE is changing from AE naught to AE1, and this is my change in Y from Y naught to Y1. So AE, change in AE times change in AE times your multiplier will be your change in Y. right? So this is going to be the thing. When is an increase in national income most likely to induce increase in investment spending, which means that income goes up, investment goes up. The best answer is C. When the increase in income is regarded as permanent, you will see more investment to happen. If it was temporary, nobody is going to increase capacity. If you have spare capacity, nobody is going to invest more. If when firms are labor intensive, you don't need investment, you need more labor then. So C is the best answer. You guys get that? Does that make sense? Okay. Okay, let's do this one. Fourth sector, maybe we can do later. What about this one, number 8? According to the accelerator theory, what determines this is net investment? Remember, net investment is change in Y is equal to alpha times, I'm sorry, change in I here, or net investment I was equal to alpha times change in Y. It is D. Why? Because change in last year's national income is more, you need I to go up. Remember, it can't be output, it's a change in Y. It can't be investment because they're saying in the according to the accelerator theory, investment is dependent on change in GDP. And remember, it's not change in GDP alone. If GDP is increasing at an increasing rate, or if output GDP is increasing at an increasing rate, that's when you will see I to change. Did you guys get that? Does that make sense? Are there any questions? So it has to be D. People online who wrote C, are we happy with D? Yeah, I'm able to move on. Okay, awesome. Okay, what about 15? What does the accelerator principle state? See, we said this yesterday that investment is a function of your change in Y or function of Y. If the rate of change of income is happening, investment will change, and investment should be income should be increasing at an increasing rate. Okay, I'll show you the question which will test us. So income should increase at an increasing rate. Make sense? So that was the accelerator theory. I'm actually skipping those which has 4 sector. 2 sector I'm getting them done, but 4 sector I'm skipping them right now. That's why. So and it has been observed that an increased growth in consumer spending results in an increase in investment by firms. What principle is this? When more spending leads to more investment, it's what is it called? The girls on that side, what is it called? No, accelerator. Because more demand means more income means more investment. That's the accelerator theory. Makes sense? The multiply says more investment leads to more income. The accelerator says more income leads to more investment. So that's the two things that we've distinguished, okay? So more investment leads to more income means multiplier. Okay. In a closed economy with no government, which means two sector, the equilibrium level of income occurs where? Two equilibrium. AE is equal to Y and W is equal to J. In a two sector model, what is the W and what is the J? W is, what is the only withdrawal happening right now? Saving. Good job. And injection is louder. Investment. Good job. There are only two. So which is your right answer then? C. Planned investment is equal to desired saving. Saving is equal to investment is the right answer. Either it should be aggregate expenditure is equal to national income, or withdrawal, which means saving, desired saving is equal to planned investment. Why are they calling it desired saving? Because you save this much. Remember, this chapter is called national income determination. Your future saving, if that is equal to your planned investment, you will have an equilibrium. Or your aggregate expenditure will lead to is equal to your income of the future, you will get the equilibrium. Make sense? So that's why planned investment is equal to desired saving. Okay, what about this one? Who's saying D? Who's saying D? It is D. Very good. Because this is not accelerator. Accelerator said this is saying what explain how changes in national income may be brought about by, which means national income is changing by investment, which means multiplier. If this question was what explains why changes in investment may be brought about by changes in national income, then you would have said accelerator. Multiplier theory says this national income will change because of investment, and that's why D. Got it? So here our answer is D and not A. Got it? So this is a trick that they have when you need to see the language to understand what they're asking. I think we can do this one. The table shows the level of consumption, expenditure, and saving. Okay, over the range of disposable income shown as income rises, the MPC is happening to what? What is happening to MPC? Remember, MPC is what? What's the formula for MPC? Change in C over change in Y, and MPS is change in S over change in Y, right? So, for example, if I look at these numbers, they're asking us what is happening to as income rises, the MPC, what happens to MPC? I mean, the logic is MPC should fall, right? Because as you go richer, richer people have higher MPC, poor people have a lower MPC. But let's look at this. Let's look at this as 1,000. Yeah, change in Y is 1,000 throughout, right? Okay, so I don't want to find that. But what is this? Can you find the change here? 3100 minus 2150 is how much? 950? 850? 950. Yeah. What about this one? 900? Yeah. And then this one is? Sorry? 850? And then this one is? So basically, MPC is going to go down continuously, right? From 950 to 900 to 850 to 800, because I'm going to divide 950 by 1000, 900 by 1000. So this is always 1000, right? The denominator is 1000, the numerator is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So MPC falls continuously. Got it? So remember the formula is change in C over change in Y. If this was APC, we'll do C over Y. Okay, APC is C over Y and APS is S over Y. But because they're saying MPC, so I have to find change. Got it? Make sense? Okay, this one is easy. If the MPC becomes greater than unity, this must mean what? Remember, the formula for MPC plus MPS is equal to 1. Who's saying D? Abdul Rahman, are you saying D for this one? You saying D? Why D? If MPC is 1.2, right, MPS will be what? 1 minus 1.2, which means minus 0.2, which means MPS will be negative. If MPC is more than 1, which means you're spending beyond your means, MPS has to be negative. Just like APC is more than 1, APS will be negative. Make sense, guys? We did this kind of a thing in our notes as well, right? In a closed economy with no government, the multiplier shows what? Basically in a two-sector model, what is the multiplier showing us? Multiplier is, if you remember, multiplier is change in Y over change in AE. Okay, and AE could change because of investment or because of consumption. So the impact of a change in investment on national income. If investment changes, how much national income will change? Okay. By the way, it could also be consumption on national income. Both that option is not given here. It's the same. Any autonomous change in AE on GDP. Make sense? Okay, guys. Let's do this one. This is an interesting question because it's going to teach us something which we're going to learn a little later. We're going to save that till we do that question. That'll be easier for us to do. Maybe we can do this one. I'll take 2 minutes and solve this for me. Okay, can you guys take 2 minutes and solve this for me? Right. So APC is what? APC is simply C over Y. Yeah. So 15 over 20 is versus what is 15 over 20? 0.75. 18 over 20 is what? 18 over 24? Again. What about 21 over 28? Throughout 0.7. So constant. So yeah, A is the right answer. I don't even need to find this. But I can find this one. What is this? This is 3 and this is 4. Again, this is 3 and this is 4. Yeah, A. Yeah, very good. This is easy. Yes, change in either you find MPC, which is change in C over change in Y, and APC is C over Y. Got it? Okay, this is a good one. In a closed economy, investment is increasing by 400. Okay? At a new equilibrium, consumption has increased by 1200. What is the value of investment multiplier? So remember, this, when you change in I, guys, is 400. Okay? And that leads to a change in Y of, so think of this way. If I draw the diagram, if this was like, if I make this to be 400, overall national income is going up and consumption is going, this change in Y is equal to what? $1,200, right? So the answer will be 400, 1200 is the change in Y over change in AE is 400. So 3. Make sense? So that's how it is. Guys, what about this one? We've done this before. Can you guys quickly solve this for me? So what is C plus I? C plus I is A is equal to C plus I, which is 40 plus 0.8y plus 60, or 100 plus 0.8y is equal to your AE, right? Now that equate this to y equals to AE. So y will be equal to 100 plus 0.8y, or 0.2y is equal to 100, or y is equal to 100 over 0.2 is, sorry, 500. So D. Make sense? 100 over 0.2 is 500. Okay, guys. Okay, this is it for today. Thank you very much. Tomorrow we're going to do the 3 and 4 sector model, and hopefully this we're going to do one more class to do some of these questions and look at the essay questions. Once we get done with 3 to 4 sector model, and then we'll be all set to do chapter 5 onwards, which will happen very quickly, inshallah ta'ala. Okay, thank you. Bye bye. Bye, guys.